Welcome everybody to Vibe Nation. Vibe Nation is looking into Africans who are shakers and movers here in Australia. We are at the region of Africa Gala Night, Africa Rising. Today, we have the Kenyan ambassador to Australia and some other important dignitaries gathering together, forging a way for a successful Africa, bringing in investment from Africa to Australia and sending investments to Africa as well for the development of Africans.
He who is not thinking about Africa is not thinking about the future.
I believe that Africa's light is shining. Africa's light is removing all the darkness that it is known for. Africa is the future. It's going to be an amazing place to be. Thank you for being part of this journey.
We have to change our mindset. The narrative generally has to be that we can be better. Our past doesn't determine our future.
Africa is the future. By 2050, the population of Africa will be 2.4 billion people. Out of this, 1 billion will be in the middle class. What we are telling people, this is the time to start planning how to engage with the future, and the future is Africa. We may have our challenges, but in those challenges are the opportunities.
Vibe Nation Stop the Violence. It sheds a light on Africans living in Australia, their background, their culture, ethnicity, tribe, traits and value. Their ability to join together and merge the Australian values with African values and to be able to cohabitate with people from different background and culture. Africans living here in Australia are proud of their background and they are hard workers. They are experienced, they are skilled, and majority of them are successful.
Youth being youth sometimes gravitate towards some parties, etc., as youth do, and then with the drugs and alcohol affected, we can have some incidents of fights, antisocial behaviour, which can lead to worse things happening.
What people don't understand is that it actually have a very long-lasting effect on friends and families. So my quick advice is going to be that youth advice needs to stop.
Because of the cultural difference coming into Australia, there's a lot of violence, I think, in families between the young and the old generation, because there is a gap there. So we're looking at mostly physical violence and also, emotional abuse as well, which is more prominent, I think, in our communities, because culturally it's different back home. I think because it's a different environment and that it's not accepted as it is. And I think the older generations are finding it hard to adapt to that.
The main concerns that come to our attention is around domestic violence and also child discipline and things relating to parenting styles. And we acknowledge and understand that there's different child rearing practices, but when they're harsh on a child, when there's an injury, a child is harmed in any particular way, then we have a role to look at what's happening, see what we can do to support. And every child deserves a safe, nurturing home, and the best we can do is help parents be the best possible parents they can be for their own children.
As an actually, basically, my role is to teach the culture. I feel like the youth in here, we live in a different country, and so I feel like keeping our culture alive is part of our job.
I'm from a Cholo community. I'm from South Sudan in Afan Ali State. We have been ruled by king 1,000 years ago. We have 36 kings. It started from Nyakang. I'm very proud from my tribes.
And that's it for today's episode of Vibe Nation Stop the Violence. And I am your anchor, Tony ETC. See you soon.